1.
And
There we go.
welcome back to Fate Eternal Wait, Episode 2. Last time our prospective masters arrived in Kathmandu, Nepal, in order to meet with the Chaldea security organization for some urgent business. Some of the party were masters, being potential mages recruited to become masters, to help out the in a upcoming Holy Grail War, in order to protect humanity and the world of mages as we know them. Some were out of their element and unexpectedly joined the team after an ambush in the snow by a mysterious, powerful swordsman who slayed a great deal of the initial convoy. And now, after summoning their servants, powerful heroic spirits from beyond history, the team has been instructed to make their way to the hangar in order to proceed with their mission. However, not before taking a little break. Just a desire to get their bearings. Everything has been rather overwhelming all at once. And, yeah, so that is where we left off. You have not had the long rest already.
Okay.
You almost definitely can rest on the aircraft. But yeah. So you can go ahead and do that. Last time on the session. Wrong song.
Father walked in. What did you say about rest?
You haven't had a long rest yet.
Alright.
So. Right, so. Last time, the party started making their way to the hangar. However, the problem was that, for some strange reason, Ivan, after receiving his command seals, ran off. So the party has to kind of either make their way to the hangar or actually look for him. So we're going to cut to Ivan, actually, as you make your way through the Chaldea halls. You kind of look in and out of different rooms. And you see, a few, injured, cradling their, their bandages. A few people who are, just trying to work, essentially. Some people just on their break. Trying to look for the one person that you can seek solace in. And eventually, you get to a room with a few Chaldea staff just going about running diagnostics and writing reports. But also, waiting there, you see kind of impatiently tapping her foot and kind of kind of staring at the clock above her. Your caretaker of many years, a short woman with a brown hair, bright blue eyes, and a red buttoned shirt that resembles your jacket. The Kaldia staff kind of like take like a glance at you, but kind of just like, leave you alone once they realize, who you are. And, you see, Elaine, who kind of looks over to you, Ivan, and you're kind of like, what's it called? In your disheveled state, and sees you bleeding, and just kind of looking with like a sort of dead look in your eyes, and says, Ivan! What happened? Hello? Nathan, you're muted.
Nathan is muted.
Oh,
What the
fuck.
fuck?
Fuck. My bad. He just sort of like stammers for a bit. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know exactly what to do at this point in time. He just sort of walks up and he just falls to his knees.
Look, no, not on your knees. Get up, come on. Kind of like, puts her hand on, like one hand on your chest, the other hand on your back, and just tries to, like, help, lift you up, and despite her small stature, does actually manage to, get you up, at least sitting up on like, the couch in the room. It is, very similar to your waiting room. In fact, actually, let me do this. Here you go. As she kind of like helps you up, and just says, breathe, okay? I'm here. What happened?
It's that you just see, he looks around the room for a bit, like makes sure that nobody's like looking in his general direction.
They're not.
Pulls down the glove of just to show Elaine.
Kind of sees, looks there, and she's gotten like a handkerchief out and like some medical supplies actually to kind of like dab your stitches. Kind of just like, trying to clean them up, trying to stop the bleeding or ease it.
Wait, did you not remember? I am from last session. That's let me just quickly.
Yeah, no, I know, but you're bleeding. Like,
Okay.
why would you not? Like, but yeah, like obviously, Elaine isn't, is very much more concerned with your well-being than, anything that you have there. But, cleans you up and looks down, nods, and says, I see. So, well, you did it, at the very least. That's something you were talking about before, right? His notes?
I guess so.
What happened? What got you into this state?
He just like looks at her, just says, and he doesn't know what to say at this point in time, but he just sort of breathes in, breathes out, just like tries to calm himself for a bit. He just pulls the glove back on before anybody could like see anything. Just says as like he just like doesn't. He's trying to find words to say. He's struggling.
Yeah. And as you're like, you know, kind of like stammering, just trying to figure out the words to express how you're feeling, kind of slide, like slide, like just kind of like the doors are like automatic sliding doors, but kind of like just slamming them open. You see your servant, Archer, kind of urgently walk into the room, look around, see you, and immediately just kind of at a blink of an eye, knocking over some of the plants, kind of runs over to your side. Master, are you okay? Are you alright?
He just blankly looks up at her. He doesn't respond verbally. He just give me a second. This is gonna be a little bit wacky.
Yes, of course, Master. Anything you need me to do, I'll be here to help. As she kind of like doesn't really take a seat next to you, but like, you know, stands kind of like close to you. Not, obviously you're not quite familiar with each other, but she seems to actively want to provide some sort of support, but you can tell that she isn't sure how to do so. And when you communicate via telepathy through her, she nods and, very well. Kind of, you see her like kind of like walk over to Elaine, crouch down, and whispers something to her, and Elaine nods. She kind of looks at you, Ivan, and says, "Hey, do you need some time? I know that they're constantly talking about an urgent mission to save humanity or whatever, but you don't have to do this straight away, you know."
Did Nathan die?
No, he's typing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Archer just kind of nods and says, "My master says that he should be fine. But, Master, please, even the greatest warrior requires reprieve. Do not push yourself so hard. I can tell that you've had to fight so much your entire life, but at least for the fleeting moments we are together, you have someone to fight on your behalf. So, please." She nods. And, the two of you, well, the three of you rather, stay there for a while, just, you know, letting you catch a breather. And Elaine says, "Oh yeah?"
Eventually, like at some point, Ivan's just gonna say, "I need to get to the hangar."
Elaine kind of like nods and says, "Right. Well, I'm not coming with you. I think I just hold everyone back. I'm good with a shotgun, but you know as well as I do that if you're dealing with servants, it's not like someone like me can help out. So I'm going to be staying back at Chaldea Base. If you ever need to talk to me, they have a communication mystic code on the plane. So we can communicate whenever."
He is going to just turn and just say, before I actually go, do you mind if I quickly restock on some slugs?
Right. Sure. I've got a few, if you have the money, obviously. Don't think that just because you're having a hard time that I'm going to give you a discount.
He is going to pay 100 for 2 slugs.
Yeah. And you will be able to receive those. And as you manage to get recovery, like some recovery, as Katya will you start like casting your healing rituals actually. And actually, let me think. Marvin and Leon, please roll me a religion check.
Religion, you wanna
Religion.
say? In that case, momento. Un momento. Oh, hold on. My internet died?
No, you're here.
Please tell me it didn't die. Okay. I couldn't hear anything for a moment.
Right. So, unfortunately, that doesn't actually get you anything, but you do see that as Katya begins doing something, she begins to kind of like mutter under her breath some sort of incantation, which isn't that unusual, except for the fact that it's creating some sort of ambient light and the incantation itself doesn't seem like any conventional incantation that you know.
Okay. Leon would kind of look over and just kind of raise an eyebrow and say, "Very unusual magecraft there. Where you learn it?"
Oh, this? I learned it a while ago.
Well, that answers when, but where?
Do you really need to know?
Well, I mean, if we're working for together for the foreseeable future, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't know about each other.
So, you hear Jay, after smoking, kind of look up at you guys, say, "Isn't the whole thing of like a magician doesn't reveal all their secrets, doesn't apply to maguses, magi,
Yeah,
mage
magi.
people?"
Caster kind of like says behind you. Yeah, magi is the correct term.
No,
Well, I mean,
normally. So
No.
good.
You go ahead.
Alright. Normally it does, but seeing that people already told their servant's name, I don't think their individual things might matter as much.
If you insist, I learned a couple tricks from the church.
She raised an eyebrow. And he looks over. He kind of seems to think for a moment. And he asks, "Oh, don't suppose any of that training was executioner training, was it?"
No.
Hmm.
Shame. We
It's
could have
all-
used some of that knowledge since we're going up against. Well, we don't know what we're going up against, but it doesn't sound natural.
It always comes back to the Catholic Church.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
anyway, I best focus on this incantation.
and after 20 minutes, Aura of Vitality is cast, and you can just roll that healing, right? It's I don't know how much it is.
Mac,
I think it's like 2d8.
Is
plus-
it?
2d6, 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ah, doesn't
10.
sound right.
No, it is because Aura Vitality is concentration 1 minute until the spell
that's
ends.
True. I
Until
was
this
mistaking it for prayer
Prayer of
of
healing,
right now,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I suggested to Katya, oh, you could take Prayer of Healing, and then she told me, wait, what about Aura of Vitality? And I'm like, oh no, I made you too strong.
listen, what one already completely heals
that
me up.
is
Yeah.
hella wacky. Also, Ivan also took that for what do you call it, Scion, but I might change that out.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
I took way less damage than people might suspect. And
Yeah.
I was surprised by it myself, fighting a servant that well.
You just got either lucky or Saber was really shitty that day.
Or a combination of both, don't forget that one.
Yeah.
I think the latter, but I digress.
Go ahead, York.
Yeah, so, actually, hold on. Give me a moment. Okay, so yeah, you all eventually, reunite with, Ivan, or rather, Ivan reunites with you, Archer kind of, like, carrying him, well, rather not carrying, but, like, you know, like, carrying his arm over her shoulder. And, you all kind of, yeah, so it's just, get back together as a team, and the hangar is not difficult to find because, like any good corporate building, there are you just follow the colored lines. But yeah, eventually, what you manage to come to is I don't have like an image for this. But you end up in like this cold, very much like dark hangar. The doors are shut. But you see this very nice, modern, state-of-the-art, like private jet, waiting for you. And as you kind of walk towards it, you actually you see someone emerge from the the plane itself, and waving over to you, it's actually someone you recognize, kind of like decked out in more a flight suit, like an actual pilot gear. Waving over to you is Troy, the guy who was driving you last session. He kind of
Okay, quick, very important question. What is Troy's last name?
you don't know. You didn't ask him.
You don't know. Yeah.
Weren't even
Never
there.
asked.
You don't even know the guy's name is Troy.
Yeah.
We know his name's Troy because we wrote in the van
I know, but I'm
was
not
in
asking this in
helicopter.
character. I'm asking this out of character.
I mean, you don't know his last
That's
name.
it.
You
don't
never
know.
asked. He kind of like yells over and says, "Hey! Yeah, I knew I'd be seeing you guys again."
You said the exact same opposite last time we met, mate. Leon looks at him.
Well, you know, I'm just... well... You know. It's, you know, you... Sometimes you meet people and they seem really interesting and then they just disappear forever. Yeah, I will be your pilot for the duration of the mission. I'm pretty good at...
news.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at driving. I'm pretty good at operating any vehicle, really, but planes, that's where I shine.
Please tell me you at least have some magical ammunition this time around.
Yeah, I've got a mystic code that should be able to help me out, but in general, I'm not going to be joining you on the field. I'm mainly just piloting you. The airplane itself has a bounded field set up for it, so any aerial attacks should be shielded against. Well, unless they put an archer on a plane. In that case, that's a bit of a problem, but it's, you know.
I've just turns to his archer, just like tilts his head.
You know, Raiko just kind of like smiles and nods and just says, "If we are under attack, I can assure you that my arrows will find their mark and keep us all safe."
You. Just very quiet, thank you.
And yeah, go ahead.
I did want to
Do a roll.
say something
Yeah.
to all of you guys before we get on.
Oh, an inspirational speech, mate. Already.
Not at all. Just
Well,
some
at least
basic.
you're honest about it.
Just some basic tactics. We are getting into this plane and we're going on to different parts of the world. And of
Okay.
course, when we're in private, I don't mind you guys talking about each other and talking with each other's servants and using their names. As soon as we are not in a private situation, or we cannot guarantee that we are not being listened to, please refer to all the servants with either nicknames that has nothing to do with their true names or their class.
So, you would have me work under the guise of a nameless servant instead of the glory that I represent? Curious.
Yes.
What say you, master? Are you quite alright with hiding my opulence from the world?
Am I? Let's look at it this way, Ryder. I think that should the enemy learn your true name ahead of time, they might take that as an opportunity to start looking into any potential weaknesses. Not that you have any, of course. He says kind of sarcastically. But well, it pays to be careful.
Well, can any of you modern mages part a sea? If not, I don't think we'll have any issue.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna have frogs and locusts falling from the sky anytime soon.
And there it goes. The conversation has turned religious now. Okay, let's try to keep things to this type of conversations to a minimum, shall we? Otherwise, we're going to be getting into a lot of different issues concerning other, matters. As he kind of looks around, he's surrounded by someone from Celtic myth, a pharaoh, a Japanese samurai, people from various religious or ethnic backgrounds and beliefs.
Look,
the
I
Ubisoft
wasn't
team.
taking it
What's it called?
religious. I was, if anything,
Wait, I just realized something.
Ozymandias was so. If anything, Ozymandias. Well, question, right? Do you prefer Ozymandias or Ramses?
In this manifestation, I believe the name Ozymandias possesses more power.
Okay, Ramses. So, essentially, it's more a case of, well, stating what happened in his day. Like, is there some magic spell that's gonna have frogs, locusts falling from the sky on us anytime soon? Is that a thing you can do? I mean, it's gotta be something.
Troy just kind of like scratches his beard and says, "Well, there's a disturbing amount of magecraft that does use bugs. All those people are weirdos, and I don't appreciate it."
Okay, fair enough. But yeah. So we should be fine.
Well, I
As long as
suppose
there's no spider mages.
the main point I was trying to get at is, for now, let's play our cards close to our chest, like how Marvin over there said. I think it might pay to be cautious until we need it. However, Ryder, if the time comes where we can't afford to be subtle, well, you will get your chance to shine very brightly. He says, kind of like, yeah, I guess you have a point.
Okay.
Very well.
You know, that actually does call into consideration too, Casper. Because I'll be honest, your actual name is a little bit of a tongue twister. Setanta.
Setanta, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, Master, just call me Caster. Honestly, I'm not sure what it is, but, I kind of feel like I prefer being called my class name. At the very least in the context of a Grail War. Don't worry. That's fine. One thing that I'm realizing, most of us servants, kind of stand out anyway. I think, next chance we get, we should probably go to, like a clothes store or something, get some, modern day attire.
Wouldn't you guys just hide?
And even if that wasn't the case, I don't suppose any of you were manifested with modern day money.
Well, don't sweat the little details. I'm sure you all have money that you're willing to spend.
Okay.
And
thinking to himself like, friggin' cheapskate.
And when you say, like, you know, can't you just hide? Ryder actually just, like, explodes in laughter. Ha 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 ha! Of course, it is but a trifle! I apologize. You will, for now, no longer witness the rays of the sun itself. But all servants can assume a spirit form. As, you see him kind of, like, fizzle out and disappear. And
You hear Marvin saying, "Oh no, whatever shall we do without this bright light?"
They can go invisible now?
I'm pretty sure Ryder can still communicate to Leon with the mental link.
Oh
I
yes,
think.
no, you can still hear him, like no one else can.
So, Leon, when Marvin just kind of says, "Oh no, what shall we do?" and he's like, I think he can still hear you. I keep
Oh,
hearing his laughter in my head.
I know he can hear me. Don't worry. He was meant to hear that.
Well, kind of turns to Katya when she says, "Oh, you just vanished," and Leon kind of thinks for a moment, and would he know exactly what is taking place now, or?
Let's see, because I guess you wouldn't really know too much about. Well, roll me an Arcana check, because ghost liners are a thing that some mages know about. No, 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 all the rolls are bad.
I presume I would know, right? Thanks to the information
I'd
I
say
got.
roll me like. Actually, not thanks to the information you've been told, but like I would imagine that you probably would have done research into heroic spirits. So yeah, you are aware of how spirit form works.
Yeah. Now is the question, how exactly did it work again? Refresh my memory.
They can. Heroic spirits are, beings of basically pure mana, and it actually it's more accurate to say it takes energy for them to manifest as people. Their natural state is technically the spirit form, which basically grants them an ethereal sort of existence. It's not that they're invisible, it's that they're actively intangible. So while in spirit form, they can't attack, but they can move through walls and things like that.
Oh yeah, just for context, Ivan's just at Ivan. Like the gurney that not the gurney. What the fuck is it? Like the stairs that go up into like a plane, right?
Yeah,
Ivan's just at the top step.
has already gone up. Yeah.
He's on the top step. He's trying to get into the plane. He's just like already 1 foot into the door. He's looking at all y'all. He's he's slowly in.
But yeah,
Just kind of like a nod.
Go ahead, Marvin.
Marvin would say to both of you and Jay, like, yes, for speed course servants. Servants are just beings made of pure mana. It actually takes energy to get in this human form, and as long as they are in their original spirit form, they are intangible. They can't attack, can't be attacked, and can't pass through solid objects how they wish.
Wait, can't be attacked, so they can just disengage just like that?
Yes, the problem is if your spirit would just go ethereal, you are being targeted by servant and a master.
Also, that dematerialization didn't look instant. Looked like it might take a moment for it to reactivate.
It might take a moment, but they can run away and activate it.
Yeah, assuming spirit form in and out of battle is way too risky, and while we're in spirit form, we actually are a lot more vulnerable. We don't have our normal servant resilience while in our spirit form, so if somehow we're attacked while in that form, it's probably going to do a lot more damage to us.
So, noble phantasms would still hit?
Some noble phantasms might have the ability to bypass the intangibility, yeah. Though, I don't know how common that is, and I hope it's rare.
Okay, so not like a regular ghost form thing, but more or less like, okay, well, put it in plain terms, Achilles' heel, if you would.
Kinda, yeah. It's a little bit of a weakness, but it's good for recon. That being said, Jay, it'd be kind of nice to have some clothes. Your outfit's looking pretty smart there, and I'm feeling kind of, feeling kind of out of place wearing this Celtic garb in the middle of what seems to be a very high-tech facility.
Oh, wait, Jericho, remember, because we're still at the place, and we're not on the plane yet. He still has his military uniform on. He doesn't
does.
have the clothes he has on in the token.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, still, yeah, he will just kind of like say that anyway. Like he does seem to be like, huh, military uniforms are kind of cool now.
Well, this is more or less like work uniform. A lot's changed over the past couple 100 years, from regular old gambesons and chainmail to, well, camouflage, fatigues, and, well, kind of a roundabout way of going back to layered armor-ish.
Yeah, well, you know, I remember from a certain someone, that fashion tends to be cyclical. But, I mean, I don't really know anything about that. I'm just a fighter. And, well, I guess I'm a mage now. But yeah, for the time being, before we can get actual outfits, I guess I will assume spirit form. But, don't worry, Master, I'll be here to protect you as much as possible. Jay, sorry.
Like, you don't have to call me Master Caster. Also, we need to, next thing on the list, call signs, or like nicknames or something. Because in battle, not just gonna call you Caster, walking out and about, and I'm not just calling you Kukulin or Satuto. Okay, I think I got it. No.
I mean,
Okay.
You see Marvin on the point of saying the name correctly and just stopping himself
yeah.
with a deep sigh.
You kind of hear in your mind, Jay. Hey, well, don't worry about, that sort of thing. Just, we have a telepathic link. I'm not sure if you can figure out how to send messages, but hopefully you should be able to hear them. I'll be able to hear you no matter where you are, so, hey, don't sweat that.
You see Jay kind of taken for a loop, like, first time having actual telepathy. Friggin' Spock. This is kind of neat. Okay, neat to... And kind of like thinking out loud to himself, unintentionally figuring out how that actually works, because mind races faster than the rest of the body, as I usually say. Note to self, figure out how to friggin' do telepathy, because that's probably a little bit more secure than two-way radios, single channel.
And, as all this servants are assuming spirit form, Saber actually walks up to... Well, has been, like, walking, like, you know, trailing a bit behind you, Katya. And she kind of bows her head slightly and says, Master, I apologize. I do not believe it is a fault of your potential, Master, or the summoning, but something has caused me to be unable to assume my spirit form. I will have to remain manifested for the duration of this mission.
Oh, huh. I mean, that's fine.
I apologize for causing any inconvenience when it comes to discretion.
It'll be fine. I mean, as we said, oh wait, gotta add 1 second.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Come back.
Yeah, as I was said, we can just buy some modern clothes.
Very well.
Look, I'm not gonna say it to her face, okay?
I mean, hey, How convenient.
How convenient.
So you can't turn spirit, so you can look at your token.
Oh yeah,
longer.
it's all coming together.
And eventually, you know, Troy just kind of says, "All right, everyone, let's pile in. We're setting off to sorry, Marvin. What country you got your tickets to? Also, sorry you had to buy tickets. We've got a private jet, but you know."
Always better to be over-prepared than under.
Yeah, Sally, I don't think Katya is gonna reimburse you for that.
You know you can call those in. You see the little number at the bottom? just call the airline and tell them the flight was overbooked, and they'll probably get you a refund. Works all the time with frequent flyer miles.
You know, I will try that.
Right, so as you all load in, I apologize for the JPEG'd map, but, you know, it was the best I could find. But yeah, you kind of like...
I tried getting you a different map, Jericho, but you know...
You did, but like, it was like a commercial airplane. But yeah, so... You kind of make your way in, and you hear like a bing bong as the intercom gets on and says, "Welcome to your stay at Katya Airlines. I am your pilot, Troy. As you can see, there's a mini fridge, there are some refreshments, and there's a nice seating in the middle. If you'll see, the yellow seats are the ones with seat belts. I'm going to have to get you to sit in them when we take off and land, and if there's any turbulence, I'll let you know. Otherwise, feel free to walk around and stretch your legs a bit. These flights are going to take a while, but, you know."
Ivan seizes up at the realization that, uh-oh, he's gonna have to sit next to somebody.
He is, yeah. For now, I'm doing some preliminary checks, so feel free to lounge about and just chill, and I'll tell you when we're ready to take off.
Marvin would actually walk up to Ivan. It's like, "Hey, I asked you a question earlier."
It just turns very slowly. Just says, He is very noticeably overwhelmed by something. You don't know what.
Listen, kid, you don't even have to say it, just point.
You see, like, he doesn't do anything, he just puts one hand on the table. Oh.
Is that the hand the seals are on?
He nods slowly.
And which hand is it?
It's the gloved one.
Left or right for me personally?
So let me just quickly look at the image, because me, the creator of this character, cannot remember or left from right because I suck at directions.
That's fine.
That would be his left hand.
Alright. Thank you. Then I know enough for now. And listen, I don't know how old you are, but if it gets too rough for you, running is an option. Just don't do it on the battle.
What was an option? Like,
Running.
out of character, what?
Running
okay.
is an option, just don't do it on the battlefield.
But no, the question in earlier when Marvin just asked about the when Marvin asked about like Ivan mentioned like don't know how old you are. Ivan definitely just said 28.
Damn, can't even call you a kid. As he
older
just
than me.
walks.
Which
He's
is
a bit
weird
younger.
for sure because he looks like he's like in his teens. He looks like he's in his late teens.
Leon looks across from him to, to Katya and Saber just sitting side by side, and Katya's looking kind of awkward, like she doesn't know what to say. What's
Yeah.
it called? Leon just kind of raises an eyebrow. He doesn't comment on that. He's just like, all right. What's it called? He will look over at Marvin. Actually, he looks over at everybody. Just kind of like looking from one side to the other, and says, "I think it's going to be a very long plane ride. So, I suppose going back to what we were talking about in the hangar, we're gonna be working together, aren't we? So why don't we we'll get to know each other better, right?"
Oh, right, yeah.
I have nothing to hide, just be warned, not every story is one you want to hear from me.
Fair enough.
You
Plus, it's you.
Oh wait, before that, you kind of like see like a faint shimmer as Caster reappears and says, "Hey, they got drinks in this mini fridge. If you're all gonna be
Yo.
sharing stories, why don't we share it over drinks?"
Pass me one.
He
What kind of drinks?
like places a bunch of like there's enough like glasses on the table. He places them all down and like places down bottle of rum, bottle of scotch, and bottle of wine.
Okay.
Yes, pick your
We're
poison.
talking shop. We're talking shop. Bottle of scotch.
Ivan pulls out another container of cherry Capri Sun. Yummy.
Looks at Jay's drink selection. You really seem to have a thing for the classics, don't you? Well, whatever. Pass me a glass. I'll take some of that as well.
Well, folks said I have an old soul. Thanks, Caster. You want some?
Oh yeah, I'll probably take some myself. What about you, Miss Saber and Miss Saber's Master?
Call me Katya. And
Katya.
you too, Saber. Call me Katya as well. I forgot about that. I'll have some rum.
Right. And you, little miss? Saber kind of like looks up at him. And kind of looks a bit uncertain and then closes her eyes and just shakes her head. None for me. I am remain diligent. Sure, Saber. Whatever you say, just, don't be afraid to take a load off, We are in a private jet after all. And, what about you, kind of looking at Marvin.
I'm not picky. Just
Okay. He, hands everyone drinks and, looks down at Ivan and says, you don't really look like you're thirsty.
He just keeps sipping the cherry Capri Sun.
Oh, fair enough. Caster kind of, stands out of the way to like let everyone like basically get to know each other, because he knows that this is just like chill time, and so he's just drinking in the corner.
Actually, right before Leon gets to talking, upon hearing Saber say "none for me," he's gonna wonders for a moment and then asks Ryder, through the mental link, "Hey, Ryder, can servants even get drunk?"
Kind of like manifests next to you. Well,
Oh shoot! Don't do that! Don't do that!
you see,
Don't give me a heart attack.
while our bodies are immaterial, there is a possibility for us to enter a psychological drunk state, as all mortals are able to. However, alcohol has no actual effect on our bodies. A shame, really. I would have loved to return to my homeland and retrieve vintage wine from my era. Unfortunately, I cannot get drunk off of it. A shame, isn't it?
It might be old enough for you to get drunk off of it.
A real damn shame. But thank you for the insightful information, Ryder.
Of course, anytime. And if you ever require someone to commandeer this vessel, you should also know that I have been manifested with an expertise on how to fly any modern vehicle, including something like this. Though it's a bit too small for my tastes.
Well, kind of looks over at where the pilot seat is, Troy, and then looks back and he says, "If, God forbid, something was to happen to our current pilot, I suppose we should probably trust you to handle the rest, huh?"
Of course. Place your trust in me and I shall lead you to victory. As he,
Yes, you would.
disappears from returns to his spirit form, Saber actually looks over to you, Katya, and just kind of says, "I have also been manifested with a riding skill. If the moment calls for it, I should be able to commandeer this vehicle or any vehicle as well."
Okay, that's cool.
That's interesting. You guys can essentially have interesting skills to use other stuff. Cassie, do you have any sort of interesting, funky skills that you can do aside from, well, being a mage and probably being great with a spear?
Well, I don't have too much. I know the caster class is manifested with territory creation. If we ever manage to hunker down and establish a home base, I can make that a sort of territory for me. It'll give me a lot of buffs. I'll be practically invincible, and while in that workshop, and I'll basically be able to cast all my spells at will.
I
Yeah.
actually turns at that and just says, so basically you set up a workshop like like a magus, and you are able to, and within that territory that is your peak.
Precisely, kid. Precisely. Though, might be a bit difficult if we're going around the world. I could set up a territory in this here plane, but it's a bit small and, well, I don't think we ever want any fights going on in here.
Yeah, that idea being 10,000 feet in the air. and in a pressurized space. Yeah, not a very good idea. And I don't have a friggin' parachute.
Archer kind of raises her hand, like, very politely, and once you know, people are, you know, like, people have stopped talking, she kind of says, and well, this is quite fortuitous. I believe it will not come up, but should the need arise, I also possess the writing skill.
You know.
What's it called?
Leon's probably looking at his fucking servant like, you are useless.
He does well. He doesn't say it through the mental link or out loud. But he is thinking it for a moment of like, wait, then what the fuck does the writer class do?
I mean,
he's like, hold on, if anybody can do writer, then what makes you special? What's it called? But like, obviously, he doesn't say it or transmit through the mental link. What's it called? But
That is
like, oh, well, would you look at that? Almost everybody here seems to have some degree of writing skills. Well, that's interesting.
Thinking about it, riding horses and riding chariots. You know, kind of looking around, making sure you don't sneak up on people again. I don't know. How's that supposed to work? Do you just know how to? You're not just gonna turn the whole plane into a frig-off chariot, are you?
Ha 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 ha! How resplendent that would be!
Jesus Murphy, don't do that again. Bring it in.
Unfortunately, that is not in my
just-
repertoire. But know this: all servants are manifested with a keen knowledge of general factors and information about the modern world. That is also why, when us servants beheld this very interesting personal aircraft, none of us were aghast or shocked to our core. We have a general knowledge of the modern day, and therefore, those with the writing skill are, well, uploaded with a keen mastery of vehicles that even surpass the greatest vehicle drivers of your generation.
Ivan's just like
Don't
sunken
let Troy hear
into
you
his
say that.
deed really deeply, but is going to ask, but is definitely just going to ask, is this also why you could speak English?
We could speak any language known to man. While it pains me to not speak in my native tongue, this will provide any form of communication, and if this will be especially helpful when we traverse the world. Depending on the locals that we have to speak to, us servants can converse for you.
If I
Yeah, so can you give me a double?
Yeah,
You said any vehicle. Does that include anything? Anything? A skateboard?
Saber kind of
You
nods slowly and says, I believe that if given the chance, yes, we would be able to. Pilot?
okay,
Ride?
out of character.
So,
Go on.
Jericho?
Yeah, like pilot? Ride? I believe is the right word. A skateboard, yes. And kind of calling back from the, like, you just hear a bing bong. By the way, as courtesy of Katya Airlines, We have a cargo hold that if you all decide to buy a bunch of unorthodox stuff across our journey, we'll be able to keep it in. By the way, Miss Wasilewska, we do have your motorbike prepped and ready in the cargo hold for whenever you might need it.
That's awesome. I thought it was left at Katya.
By the way, I've been out of character. Out of character. I'm just saying this. It would be really fucking funny if we gave Ryder a fucking skateboard so he could do a kickflip. I'm sorry. It needs to be done. We need to buy a skateboard.
That'd be really funny. Go ahead.
Ryder, may I ask a question?
Very well, I shall permit it.
If 3 of the so far 4 servants can have this rider skill, what makes this your specialty?
You see, a noble phantasm is the ultimate attack and requires a vast amount of magical energy. However, the rider class is equipped to summon their noble phantasm much more frequently to create their mounts at will. Plus, I have quite a few different maneuvers that I'm able to use that I believe you will find lacking in any other class. And besides, even if my writing skill was redundant, I do harness the untamed power of the sun itself at my disposal. You were quite lucky, Master, to summon one splendorous rider such as myself, who stands up even amongst all other riders.
I am filled with confidence, Ryder. I truly am. He just kind of seems to take a good swig of the scotch when he says that.
You just see Marvin in the corner of your eye raising his glass to you and then takes a drink with you.
Ivan lifts the cherry Capri Sun
Remember some holy.
and then sinks deeper into the seat.
So, Leon,
or
you were
Leon,
mentioning.
Go ahead.
I mean, which do you prefer, Leon or Leon?
Well, as someone who was born in Spain but has an English father, I've been called both too many times. But well, up to you, mate, sir. I guess it's up to you.
Also, don't call me sir. I work for a living. In any case, well, Leon, on the matter of getting to know each other, talking shop, and not having heart attacks from pharaohs, kind of looking around the friggin' chest to see if friggin' Ryder pops back up again. Well, do you want to start off, since you mentioned it, or does anyone else want to start off?
Well, I suppose, what is the saying people say, lead by example. So, I suppose I could start then. To be, brief, I think. Grew up in Spain, Magus family, no real important people, probably never heard of them. And that's precisely why I am here. They taught me the most simple of all simple magecrafts. And, well, would you believe me if I told you that I wasn't aware of magecraft or anything related to that until I was, like, almost well within my teens? They didn't want to teach me that. But I pestered them long enough, and they eventually caved in. So they taught me everything I know. And one day, I decided I should just travel the world, see what's out there, try to get to see this side of the world that they hid from me for so long. And one thing led to another, and well, suffice it to say that I am now here because someone I met along my travels said it was a good idea. Now I'm starting to question that.
Well,
But, go ahead.
well, ain't that the truth? And Jay kind of knocks back his shot of scotch. Which,
Beyond that, go ahead.
but he was like, "Go on."
Beyond
Give
that,
me a sec. I need to get like the bottle of water.
beyond that, I suppose I'm not like most of the uptight magi at the clock tower that refuse modern technology or, well, I don't know, marry their cousins to keep the family pure or whatever.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Wait, that's not a myth?
He looks at you and says, "Well, even if it isn't, do you think them better than that?"
You're right.
They take the term kissing cousins a little bit too literally.
But whatever the case is, as I said it before, I have no love for the clock tower or the Mages Association. I'm mostly I got here out of a letter of recommendation that shite. He kinda reaches into his pocket. He realizes he forgot to hand over the letter of recommendation to Maresbury Atmosphere. Fucking shit. Hostia puta. Cago en Dios. Joder.
Well, my Spanish is a little bit rusty, but I don't think that's. You forgot. I think you forgot something.
Joder. I may have forgotten to hand over a very important letter to a very important person. Shite. Well,
It happens.
well, it's too late now. Might as well see what's written on it.
Sorry. God. Going up the stairs is hard. So you take out like the letter of recommendation. And you, what's it called? Yeah, you open it up, and it says, to whom it may concern. This is a letter of recommendation written for the purposes and eyes of the Katya Security Organization and the Atlas Institute, recommending one Leon Rosenblath for the purposes of prospective master in the coming Operation Eternal Grail War. Leon is a mage from a minor family and has not been able to make a name for himself within the forgot the word. Within the politics of the Mages Association. However, Leon shows innovation, a willingness to try new methods, and is determined to succeed at any cost. This would serve you much better than a traditional mage who would most likely be blinded by glaring weaknesses that they refuse to acknowledge through their standard traditional ways of magecraft. Therefore, I what's it called? Goddamn. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, you catch your breath.
Yeah.
You just give up
You
the
have a
stairs.
long-winded day.
It's fucking stairs. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Listen,
It is fine.
stairs are my bane as well.
Brain is my own bane.
Hmm.
What's it called?
But yeah, like,
just catch your breath. What's it called?
So, what's it called?
You were at glaring weaknesses.
Yeah, so, you know, glaring weak, yeah, like, so, yeah, like, it is therefore that, I, Sarai Edelman, recommend Leon Rosenblath directly to, your service. I guarantee that he will provide you great, great results. And if required, I will be willing to put my name down as his patron, benefactor, and... Oh, what's the fucking word? Patron, benefactor, and...
Liaison, maybe?
No, not liaison,
What? Could you just give me a description of the word? I might be able to help.
Associate?
no, like, just like, basically, someone to guarantee that, like, they will be paid for.
Guarantor?
Guarantor, yes. Guarantor is the word that I was looking for. So yeah, like, I will be placed down as his, sponsor, patron, and guarantor.
Kinda, like, reads all the letter. Maybe he doesn't read out loud, but he just kinda reads it to himself and, just kind of folds it again and says, well, everything worked out without the letter, so...
Was that like your resume or college acceptance speech or what have you?
Think of it more like my sponsors' way of sweet talking the people like Katya.
Okay. Fair enough. Because whatever's on there, you kind of like it might have been a backhanded compliment from the way you were reading.
You can never tell with Sarai. It's just honestly, sometimes I believe that they put me into this thing just so I could get myself killed and they could have a laugh about it. But well, suppose we'll find out eventually.
Okay. Well, if any case, and shot glass is looking a bit low, and I'm not having another drink because I'm not getting drunk on a flight. I guess I'll go then. Hello. Name's Jay. As you can see, member of the United States Army, recently promoted, private first class. A lot of good that is, because now I'm in this situation. Well, as Leon said, where they're from, grew up Southeast United States, If you guys could tell, well, I know folks usually can kind of tell I'm from the South anyway by accent, but try to hide it as best I can because, yeah, grew up Louisiana, stay in Georgia now. Friggin', uh, not much of the in the matter of mage families, mage-esque shenaniganry. Chance, I go, you guys just, Andre the Giant here seems to think I have some mage-esque aspects or what have you, and
Wait, you
whatever.
mean by who do you out of
You.
character? Who do you mean by Andre the Giant?
You, the tallest mofo out of all of us. Oh, 7 foot tall bastard. But yeah. Oh, anything else? Let's see. Well, aside from that, I'm a old soul. I like jazz music. I get drink every now and again, maybe a cigar if it's lucky. And well, thanks to Big Army, I went from getting shafted to Fort Benning to going on first deployment with because my first sergeant said, "Hey, we got the wrong Smith. Hey, Smith, what's your first name? What's your middle name? Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to be in this. You're supposed to be in another unit." And yeah, I had like a friggin' month to pack my shoes because we had to go overseas for this big to do in Nepal. I should have asked my buddy from Basic about Nepal because he was from there, but I forgot his number. But I digress. Here I am, and I am now wrapped up in this shebang. Yeah. Anyone else want to go?
Seems like you got the shit end of the stick there, mate.
That sounds like
Yeah,
you're having
story
a
of my
fun time.
friggin' life.
Go ahead, Katya.
Sounds like you're having a fun time.
Yeah, story of my friggin' life. Aside from house burning down while I was at basic training and having to move in with family members. Yeah, life's been very peachy. Yeah, aside from old Samurai Jack just costing us in the friggin' snow. That's a highlight of experience. If I didn't already have death-defying experiences in friggin' basic.
On the other hand, you are, for some, maybe lucky, because not many non-mages people get to see this side of the world.
Go join the army, they say. You'll see the world, they say. You'll defend the country and get paid, they say. Yeah, I'm making at least the same amount of money I would have made if I went to Mickey D's or someplace. And and I have some benefits. Barely. But yeah. Such is life. C'est la vie, as they said.
I mean, hey, at least it seems like we're actually saving the world this time. Against something.
You know, if I was told when I was younger, you'll go and save the world, I'd probably be into it. Because, yeah, superhero shit and whatnot. Now, The world's all topsy turvy as it is, and now you're telling me friggin' magic, mysticisms, and all that nonsense is the real deal and not something out of a friggin' comic book or bedtime story. Mm,
Saber actually like speaks up and says, I imagine it is quite harrowing for one of you who has lived in a world that is, well, not relatively peaceful, but still more peaceful than the trouble that the world has been in the past. Most of us heroic spirits are relegated to myth and legend. I can imagine that learning King Arthur was, well, is real and is sitting right in front of you must have been a shock, to say the least.
yeah, speaking of which, where is your sword? It's just a hilt from what I saw. Like, is that Excalibur, Caliber? Which sword is it? Because I remember you reading you had like a couple of swords, like the sword and the stone that broke.
Kind of looks over to you, Katya. Kind of like asking, kind of like silently, just, should I say?
Should you? I asked back.
Saber kind of explains, I disguise the blade of my sword with a magical technique called invisible air. It gives me certain advantages in battle, such as the enemy not knowing the length of my blade and therefore not being able to predict my strikes. But it also does work to hide the true identity, because, well, if my sword was revealed, my identity would be ascertained almost immediately.
I mean, yeah, the most famous member of the Knights of the Round Table with the most famous sword in all of history. You kind of put two and two together once you see it.
Indeed. Therefore, I keep my blade hidden, unless it's absolutely necessary to unleash my noble phantasm.
We already know your true name.
I mean,
So-
that's more or less for other people, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So on the planes you could show us her sword, right?
I mean,
Like, Ivan
you
definitely
say it
looks
like
at,
that.
Ivan definitely just looks at Marvin for a second. Just looks back at Archer real quick, and he's just gonna relay this. To ask Raiko to relay this.
If you're keeping your sword invisible, then I don't see why you should show it to anyone, I guess. It's your sword, not
I mean,
mine.
it kind of looks cool. Like, thinking about it, it's an invisible sword. That's the most badass thing I have ever heard. Like,
I mean, I don't think it's proper for me to be ordering a king around. So I will leave the decision to her.
Very well. Your trust in me is appreciated, though I am aware of my status as servant and you my master. I will follow your commands as best as possible.
That's appreciated.
There's like it's a bit of silence. And
right?
Archer actually speaks up and says, Sir Marvin, my master does bring up a rather interesting point. There, in the world of magecraft, especially because we are dealing with 7 enemy mages, it may be pertinent to hold things close to the chest anyways. As my master says, always assume something is listening, always assume something is watching.
You see Marvin getting a bit of a smile on his face, he says. Oh, don't worry. I always do presume someone is watching and listening. I always am careful.
Oh yeah, speaking
I'm
of
just-
which,
Curious how far other people are going.
Jericho,
Yes.
could I make perceptions or investigation checks to see if the plane is bugged?
Yeah, okay. You can roll either. It's up to you.
Alright, let's go. Percepciones.
Okay.
13. You guys kind of see Jay, like, as Marvin's kind of mentioned that, like, with y'all's passive perceptions, you see Jay kind of, like, fiddling underneath the seats and,
You-
like, on the sides.
So, one
Like,
thing.
he's,
You look around for like traditional bugs, and as far as you can tell, you're not entirely sure. Though, people are sitting and like enjoying themselves, so it kind of feels a bit. You're not really able to check the whole plane properly because you can't really check under like Katya seat or anything, right? But you don't see any bugs in the immediate look around. You do see a few magic circles etched into like the like underneath the seats and stuff. Not even drawn on, just like actively etched in there permanently. You
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You obviously you can't read what these are. But you also do remember that I don't know, they mentioned something like a bounded field or whatever that was for like protection or something. So maybe it's like a force field.
like, I think Caster would probably hear this too because Jay trying to figure, just being in his own head and not realizing, oh, he's accidentally turning on the telepathy. Okay. Bounded, whatever the hex. Probably force field. That's probably what these things are. Don't know if this thing's bugged, but if we go land someplace, make sure place is clear of any wiretappings or any other security measures. I wonder what I can do with wonder if Caster knows any sort of magical things to know if people are listening in. Like, that'd be kind of neat if you could use magic to sneak on people, like how they do with like seeing in crystal balls or some shiz.
You while you're like thinking about that, you kind of do hear like the bing bong. All right, everyone. We are set. The trip from Kathmandu to Athens will take us around 14 hours. So strap in, have yourself a drink if you haven't already, and relax. Please go to the seats with seatbelts on them, and we'll be taking off.
Athens? We heading to Greece? Jeez. Wait,
Please don't tell me we're gonna summon fucking Hercules.
wait. Hercules? Yo, that'd be cool.
I'm
Or-
saying this out
wait,
of
no.
character, by the way. Ivan would
Okay,
not
my
know
bad.
this knowledge.
Wait, hold up. Seven masters, 7 servers. Wait, how? Wait, how? What are the servant classes? Just out of curiosity, you guys who know a little bit more knowledge.
And Ivan raised his hand.
Yeah, sure.
He's just gonna say,
Yeah.
Ivan would know this, right?
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
Notes, yeah. He's just gonna say, Rider, Lancer, Saber, Archer, or Berserker, or wait, how many?
Caster and
guys-
Assassin.
Caster and Assassin.
That's actually neat.
Yeah.
If folks are summoning people in Greece, let's see. Caster's here, Archer's here, Rider is here, Saber is here.
Caster kind of speaks
Lancer,
up. Yeah, Caster speaks up and just says, "Yep, you got it, Jay. That means we've got Lancer, Assassin, and Berserker left. And, well, we've got a master here who's not actually summoned a servant yet. You care to enlighten us about that, Marvin?"
Like I said, I'm always playing as if someone is listening in or seeing me. So, to the nature of who I am summoning, you may find out yourself.
Well,
What I'm summoning will be clear when I summon, but just as fair warning, I am seeing that 2 classes I planned on already taken. The only option I have left is Berserker. Gonna be a fun fight.
Friggin', if Leon's there with his past perception, you see Jay kind of writing down in his little notebook. Possible Greek servants. Hercules? Or Heracles? Because, no, that's Roman version. Odysseus. Or wait, is it Ulysses? No, wait, that's the Romanized version. Let's see. Friggin' Ajax. Friggin' maybe a Greek god? Question mark? No, there can't be Greek gods.
Might want to add Hannibal into that list, mate.
Hannibal? Oh, shoot.
and,
You know, that's actually interesting. Hannibal.
yeah.
I can, however, tell you all the nickname gonna give my servant. Gonna call him Clears.
Wait. God, wait.
Even naming just a class can already give advantages and disadvantages knowledge to your enemies. So I'd rather give him a name of my own.
Like
Pokemon, go ahead. So
as you know, as you all kind of like, I won't have you like, you know, shift around seat because you can just return back to them. Yeah, you take off and the flight just begins. I just wanted to, you know, make that clear. And if so, Katya, Marvin, and I don't know if you want to push Ivan to do a self-introduction, considering he's kind of in the corner there. But you know, Katya and Marvin definitely have self-introductions to do because you're going around.
I mean, yeah, Mouse says, so, that out of the way, Jay, appoint the one who can speak up next.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Ivan the Terrible, you go.
He just like pauses for a second, and he just looks up at you, and it's almost as if this is rehearsed, something that he said like many times. I am Ivan of the Sylvanus branch of the Krov family. He just simply he says that and just is nice to make your acquaintance. And from that point, he just returns to sinking into the fucking chair. From this point onward, it's going to go straight through from the Archer.
Nope. If you going to look here, Ivan, I was the quiet guy in basic, and this is what we had to do. Quiet guys usually gets picked out, and you gotta get out your little bubble if you're gonna make yourself out in the world. So, no need to be rolled up into a little ball, because friggin' A, you are you damn near taller than Charles Barkley.
Ivan, Archer kind of like, as you're like sinking into your seat, Archer kind of like puts like a kind hand on yours and says, Master, it is okay. I, too, would like to be introduced to the one who will be leading my charge. If that's okay with you.
You just see he just breathes in, breathes out, you just see he tries to like compose himself, puts his hands in front of himself, and just is like, okay, may as well. I am Ivan Sylvanus Krov of the second. You see that like his posture is a little bit more refined now. He's sitting up a little straighter. He's definitely he like there's the air around him goes from being this like really meek person to almost being businesslike, just as if there's a sort of charisma to it. He just simply says I helped run a few small businesses in UK, the Krov family, and okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. He is not stuttering. I am stuttering.
Yeah, that's fine.
Out of character. He's simply just saying. He stated his name. He's stated that there. He said, I was referred. I was referred to Chaldea by a friend. You just see he just hear his voice crack for a second there. And he just says, I'm not entirely sure why they recommended me, but I because I feel like my skills may not be the best for a Grail War. He looks over at like Leon, Katya, and Marvin, and just says, I hunt apostles.
What, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Undead apostles? I hope.
He nods.
Just for my information, what are apostles again?
Dead apostles
Vampires.
dead apostles are a type, the most common type of vampire in the Fate universe.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, did you say that vampires out loud?
Well, no, Katya just asked like dead apostles, I hope.
Yeah, that he. I was saying it out of character. Ivan did nod at her saying dead apostles.
Okay, so what? You tomb rob, so you're grave robbing saints and friggin' disciples or something?
Ivan,
What-
mate,
what-
you
what's
have
that?
to Ivan, mate, you have to understand that we have someone amongst us who isn't too familiar with the terminology. You need to explain it a little bit clearer than that.
He looks at Jay and just says, imagine vampires.
Holy shoot! No, 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 no. And you just see Jay, like, thinking, like, oh, shoot, nope, 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 nope.
Jay,
Friggin' hate
Jay.
vampires. I
Jay,
hate
mate.
vampires. I've read about them.
Jay, mate,
Don't
this
tell
really
me.
comes as that big of a surprise, considering all you've seen so far. You literally saw
I hate it.
beings from beyond time manifest themselves in front of you. You saw a
Look.
samurai cut down fully armed soldiers, fully geared as well. You saw him shrug off bullets and deflect them with little ease. And vampires is where you draw the line, mate. Pick and choose. Mate.
Look here, Leo. I have a collective. I have an eclectic knowledge, and one of those comes to monster hunting. Well, back when I was younger, me and my buddies, we used to have a whole monster hunting club, and it was mostly like looking up shiz, and I was like one of the. And one thing, I like the aesthetic of vampires and shiz, because, well, they're friggin' interesting, albeit creepy as sin. But you telling me friggin' Count Dracula and all them legit vampires probably gonna suck my blood? No. No, 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 no. No. When we get to wherever we are, I'm getting circles of salt, all the holy water from the Catholic Church, any sort of crucifixes, crosses, garlic. No, garlic don't work on vampires. That's just in movies. Friggin' holly leaves and anything else I can find. Because no. Frig that nonsense. I ain't getting my blood sucked. Freak. I ain't gonna get no vampire skulking about, turning into a bat, sneaking in my room. And oh, great. The person who. And, like, no offense to you, Ivan, but you, Mr. Bloodbender, and you have to hunt vampires like you friggin' Blade or Van Helsing or whatever the frig. It's a bit more of a bat signal to them, like, hey, I'm your 7-Eleven. Been special.
You just see he like tilts his head for a second, and he just sort of sits there for a second, considers what you're saying, just goes, I wouldn't say exactly all that. It's a little bit more complex, and we could probably explain it later. But that's...
But yeah, you just simplified it as me go out in the daylight. No, wait. Dracula could friggin' suck somebody's blood and he could be fine in the daylight for brief amounts of time.
Actually, it's better if we do
No,
things at night. We don't want to draw too much attention and outside.
You just asking to get your blood sucked.
Ivan just looks up at Jay and just says, "As Jay, they are not common, and they when they appear, they are usually taken out by church executioners or the Mages Association immediately. It's very uncommon to run into one."
Also,
Uncommon.
Jay,
Wait, hold on. Vorty.
Also, Jay, mate, you have to understand. If you were to go out in broad daylight and shoot good old lady Gertrude from down the street twice in the chest and kill her, and then claim to the authorities, but she was a vampire, I don't think that's going to fly too well in modern day. You best
Here's
do
the thing.
this subtly. You best do this subtly at night when no one can be there to connect the evidence.
Like, here's the thing. I ain't shooting old lady Gertrude in broad daylight. I know not to do it. In that case, I'll be right back.
Take a piss right now?
Katya. Oh, Katya's not here. Shit.
I guess we are reading. Yeah.
Leon was.
Yeah,
about
I wanted to ask something to catch as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, it was gonna be like, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say that from the moment he typed it,
Yeah.
and I was
And
like,
then
I can't
BRB.
find a moment, and then he said BRB, and I was like, no!
Come back, Katya.
What's the call? You know, man, it'd be like that sometimes. Also, I fear that one day this battle map will be far more useful than one that we believe. We're gonna get attacked here, aren't we, Jericho? What's
knows?
the call?
Welcome back.
Welcome
Katya.
back.
Welcome
Hey,
back.
back.
Heyo.
Often
What's the call?
would
Go ahead.
point out when you lean back, you would be. Gotcha. It seems like you want to speak, so just speak your mind.
Oh, no, nothing.
It wasn't nothing.
Saber actually kind of like looks at you and says, No, please, master. You seem to have something to say on the topic of dead apostles. I would be interested in hearing what you have to say. You don't seem like the type of person who's run into them.
I mean, you know, as I said, I've worked for the clergy, so I've heard some, I've heard some stories about how nasty they can be.
Which
Edwin's
are?
hands sort of clench, and he says, "I don't think nasty is a word to describe them. Vile, if anything."
Yeah.
Mind to share with the class?
Saber looks
I-
at you kind of like Saber looks at you just like staring intently as to like listen to what you have to say next.
Okay. Out of character, I would actually have a few stories about undead apostles.
Yeah.
I can't really come up with one on the spot
That's
right now,
That's
so...
okay.
fine.
I'll say that like I will say, you maybe like because you like just kind of tell them that like in the UK, dead apostles are mostly eradicated. It used to be a hot spot, and actually that is where the book Dracula came from, which the church executors were actually quite happy that Dracula exists because it firmly made people believe that vampires were fictional. So that was very useful to them back in the day. But you are aware that there are a lot of dead apostles that kind of make their way around the east, like, you know, around like Southeast Asia a lot of the time, because they're able to feed discreetly. Vampires, dead apostles, typically don't like being in, in highly populated areas, because even though they are very strong, they also have very glaring weaknesses. The reason why they pop up in Southeast Asia a lot of the time is because the presence of the church is not really felt in a lot of the countries there.
So what you're saying is there's not a lot of English vampires, but there's probably a lot of Scottish ones.
Probably, yeah.
Up in the Highlands.
Yeah, Highland vampires, yeah.
Okay. Damn, forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Ivan's just gonna sort of sit there and say, anything else you want to know?
Is that the only thing you do? Hunt apostles?
I have a hard time you do it by yourself, though. I've heard plenty of bad stories about apostles.
Oh no, I am definitely not powerful enough to take on an apostle by myself. It's why I usually take this on with the friend that I mentioned who, recommended me to Chaldea.
Oh, I see. Well, considering that you've haven't really talked about the friend beyond your connection to them, I'm taking they're a very secretive individual.
Say that.
All right. Well, so that was close. Well, I suppose if you don't, if you're not allowed to talk about them, then that's fine. He looks over at Marvin. What's it though? What's it called? Looks over at Marvin and says, "What about you? What's your story?"
How far back do you want me to go?
Well,
I don't mind sharing about myself.
don't
As much as it's
overshare.
relevant, really.
A man that I once met in my travels told me, "Yes, just common sense, man." So
You know that
I
differs from land to land, right?
mean, not sure which land you're from, but I think we can all agree that common sense means not being a dickhead. So, well, I'll leave it to your jurisdiction.
Alright. Well, let's start from the start. I was a kid from a family in the Netherlands called Wood. They are not important, and seeing that I wasn't the prodigy of the two kids they had, I was badly mistreated. Then, by fate, I came across the Beset Marvin McRemitz. She was a great woman, took me in, took care of me, learned me everything I know. And when I was 15, she set foot to go on her own Grail War. You see him pause for a moment. Look at Saber, look at Caster. Even though it lasted for just over a week, things changed. And I took care of her for 3 years until she found her footing again. And then went into the same job she had before she went to the being an enforcer. So that's what I've been up to from point to point. Just job after job. Trying to take care of the woman that took care of me. And when I heard I had a chance to become a master myself and find out things for myself, I took the chance. And of course, with a name as big as mine, they didn't mind having me on board and do some special things for me. As you can see, we are heading to Greece after all, just for me.
Alright. So you have a personal stake in all of this, huh?
Yes.
Well, can't say I don't relate to that particular aspect, mate. My stakes are a bit petty, actually. You can think for a moment.
Listen,
But we'll get to those some other time. Yeah.
an unknown family kid fighting because name doesn't matter. It's a pretty cool story. Hope you can achieve your dreams.
Wouldn't call it cool, more so completely and utterly radical. No, he will say, I wouldn't really call it
Radical,
cool, but
bro.
more so the story of many other magi families around the world. I'm just so happen to be the one to get lucky enough to make it here.
I have a feeling luck doesn't matter in those cases.
Well, when you've been where I've been, you tend to believe that luck does exist to a certain degree. But that's a story for another day. Alright, so you're here to make good on the people who took you in. I can respect that. Turns over to Katya. And, what about you? You kinda got lumped in together with us during all of this. Where do you fit in all of this? For what reason do you think they would have chosen you?
Katya?
Katya?
I was muted.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I've been a mercenary for a couple years now, and well, Cody hired me to act as a bodyguard for everyone here for the Holy Grail War, but I guess I ended up being a master myself.
I am-
Alright.
Curious, and if you mind me prying, just say so, I will back off, but could you
Depends
tell
what you're
me
gonna ask.
could you tell me more about your church days?
About my what?
Church days.
Church days.
I'd rather not talk about it.
That's fine. Everyone has their... Well, most people has their secrets.
All I can say is I found it boring. Hence why I became mercenary.
So, Saber kind of like asks, like, so you went ahead and simply left the service of the Holy Church based on your own whims?
Pretty much.
Then makes a face.
Is there something wrong with that?
No, I'm just used to those swearing themselves to a holy order being rather zealous for their cause, but it is rather admirable, I believe, for people of this age to be able to pursue whatever it is they want.
Oh, well, thank you.
I must agree there. And when you say mercenary, what kind of jobs did you do? Or do you do?
Anything that sounds fun and isn't too risky.
And they are sitting here. Talk about risk.
Oh, I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew, but I mean, hey, bound to be fun at least. I think. I hope.
I don't know, most of the times when someone enters the guild, they either find fun themselves or it's
Oh,
bound by the bond between them and their servant. We lost Christian
Yeah, because his
It's a
power
wide-
died.
dead!
Yeah.
What did you say exactly again?
Most of the times when people enter the guild, they find either fun by themselves, no matter what happens, or they find fun by the bonds with their servants.
I
Katya?
mean, I'm planning on sticking around with Saber.
Saber just gives you a nod. Welcome back, Vortielite.
What was your passive insight?
13.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Let's
Recall
see.
in the recording.
Alright. You would notice Marvin just have a mixed face of disappointing and irritated combination when you mentioned hanging around with Saber.
If you want to say something, just say it.
Oh, and yeah, one thing's for sure. Ivan has definitely made made a little bit of a face at mention of just leaving the church.
Alright, listen. Marvin this time looks directly at Saber. I don't mind telling that story, but are you sure you want to hear it?
I am fully aware that my manifestations do not speak for my current state. Whatever happened, whatever transpired in that war, I am prepared to hear what became of my ideals in that war.
Alright. Like I said, Bisette is the woman that took care of me. She was a kind-hearted woman. She always sought to help people in need. That's why she was an enforcer. She know many mages do tests on people that they shouldn't, so she goes in and stops them. When she had a chance to fight in the Grail War, she only meant to do the good things. To win it for good. Her servant was one she admires a lot. It was Cucullin Lancer.
Caster kind of like looks over. Huh. Okay, well I guess that explains why you seem to know me. Alright. Go on, kid.
A lot about you, yes. She spoke only in admiration of you, of your personality, of your abilities. Although I was always wondering why you weren't having war spasms. I presume that's just because you didn't get summoned as a berserker.
Yeah. The servant containers can be a bit weird in terms of limiting certain abilities. Yeah, I believe I can be summoned as a berserker, but I also I don't seem to have that ability as a caster, and while a bit surprising, I guess it makes sense that I don't have that ability as a lancer either.
So she went in this war, and although she doesn't speak about a lot of things that happened in this week, she did speak about a woman, a dark knight with blonde hair in dark black armor with red veins pulsing through the body. This woman was just pure evil, you can say. Of course, she was manifested through not the normal means of summoning, but because the war at that time became distorted. So 7 more servants got summoned and wreak havoc. The woman in question later was found out to be King Arthur himself. And
Not
how
Oh, go ahead, again, sorry.
how they said find out it was King Arthur was when she yelled full power Excalibur. Cuchulainn sacrificed himself in order to protect the set. But he did lose her arm. She managed to escape, but she was never truly the same after she returned.
I can't help but notice there's something a bit amiss with that description you gave of this other saber. You know,
Are you sure
I'm
you're talking
noticing-
about Saber and not another class, perhaps?
I'm noticing a distinct lack of red vein lines around her body.
I did notice that, but as you can see, like Caster was summoned as Caster and not Lancer, there are different forms of the same person.
Indeed, and he clearly doesn't remember you. Nor Bazette.
Say
I, at the time, didn't know or didn't understand why different forms wouldn't have the same memories. They are born of the same legends, just differently used. But that was something I found out recently. So I'm here to determine for myself whether or not the saber is the same in personality. And whether she's worth forgiving or not.
Character
whatever you do, you
star
better be
beside me is begging to explain.
hold on. Nathan.
Okay.
Katya, go ahead. Katya, go ahead.
Okay, what was I gonna say? Right, well, however you go about it, you better be respectful. You hear me?
Oh no, threats from you. I quiver in my boots. Listen, I'm never really a respectful person. I say how it is and how I see it. I am not necessarily disrespectful, but you must understand when you lose the one thing most precious to you because of someone, you're not necessarily happy when you see them.
Saber kind of
That
clearly has like a lot of tension in her body, and she just kind of slowly nods and says, I understand, and for what it is worth, I apologize. And with your passive insight, you can't really tell what she means by that. There's a lot of tension, and you're not sure if it's just because this description of her sounds very harrowing to her current manifestation, or if she might be remembering something. You're not entirely sure.
Nathan, you
fine.
go first. Then I will respond.
just in response to like seeing when something is taken from you, like you see just Ivan's face sort of light up in there's you see his expression sort of changes, and he like you see he just starts massaging his like gloved hand with his other hand for a second. You just there is a look of what is it called? Jericho, do you have any idea?
No? Like a look of like recognition?
Not recognition, maybe like it's like like sort of like same sort of situation.
Yeah,
like
like
what do you
yeah, like affirmation, I guess.
like affirmation and empathy, I guess, is a good word to say.
Mhm.
There's just there is pain. There is a look on his face that just sort of that he resonates with that statement.
Yeah. So Marvin looks at Sable with a lot of tension. He says, "Listen, I don't know if I will be ready to forgive you or not, but at least speak your mind so that I can be certain of the decisions I make. For I don't do things I regret."
Saber stays silent for a bit and says, I will speak freely if I am commanded to. In terms of my feelings about this, that blackened state that you described, that does not sound like a form that I would take if I was still on the path of righteousness and chivalry.
So,
It pains me to hear me described in that merciless way. As a king, I am bound to serve my country and will fight and dirty my hands for them. But I never sought out to be cruel.
that's why, how stupid it might sound of me and coming out of my mind, I didn't want to tell you the story. I presumed as much that you wouldn't think of yourself in this way, that you would question yourself when you hear yourself in this way.
She kind of
And I don't know whether this is a future you, a different you, or maybe just something the grill messed up.
In any case, I can assure you that I have my resolve, and I will show you that I am truly here to protect humanity and serve under you all, and my master in particular.
And like I said, and I never go back on my word, I will give you the chance to do so. But I may be harsh sometimes, and I may sometimes have a hard time struggling with these feelings. So I apologize now for anything I might do.
Very well. I will keep that in mind. And Leon, Castor does actually just immediately pour you another drink when you say that, and it's just like, huh, that's kind of a coincidence, and you remember, oh wait, servants can understand every language.
Yeah, I understand every language. What's it called? So there's a high likelihood that Saber also understood that.
Yeah.
What's it called? And I guess anybody else who picked Spanish as one of their languages.
I mean,
Fuck!
Which you should have, because it's one of the most spoken languages in the world, by the way. But
by that logic, I should have picked Mandarin. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, point is that what's it called? Yeah, he just gets poured another drink by Caster, and because for whatever reason, Jay decided to stand up the rest of the flight. Leon is just going to use the rest of this sofa and just fucking lay. Lay down, basically.
Is it
with a drunken
written
head.
over? Is it written over your face like damn heavy subject?
I mean, like, I guess you would just hear him go like when saying what he said, and then he gets the drink, and then he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna lay over here."
What is it? Not used to hear that big names also have a lot of struggles there on their own?
Well, in a sense, I already know that the magi world is cutthroat and well, kind of very stupid if you ask me. I am not as unaware as you might think I am, which is one of the other reasons that I want, that system to be changed, so that things like this don't happen. But I would much rather, well, keep my head clear until that day comes.
I mean, if we are on heavy subjects, I wasn't sure whether to share this or not, but just so that you guys might not be surprised when I do so.
I feel you're gonna share it anyway, so go ahead.
I mean, it's just a warning for things that come up ahead. You see him put up, what is it? Pick up his backpack. He says, in here are every single wanted poster I have hunted down, or every person I've killed in order to get there.
Bragging about your KD ratio, man. Is this really what you're doing now?
Let me continue talking, please.
Go ahead.
I don't take these with me as trophies, but as a reminder what dark things I have to do in order to help those in need. Every one of this story has a story of how I saved more people, how more people got out of bad situations, but it doesn't make this backpack any lighter. So just be prepared for what you have to do to change the way the mage's world works now.
Oh, don't worry. I definitely know what I'm getting into. Well, maybe not about the Grail War itself, but you have to understand. He kind of narrows his eyes. I come from a family that has been kicked down one too many times. And, well, let's just say that I have a lot of things to get back at whoever was responsible for all of that. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm going to go out to the Mage Association and start blasting the place or whatever. But things will change. Hopefully. Even if it kills me.
Technically, if he did that in the clock tower, it would be in the American spirit.
I do have a question.
I'm glad you skipped directly to the part where you thought I asked. He looks back at Marvin. He looks back at Marvin.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, that wasn't really important. Go ahead.
I do want to ask you, how old are you all exactly?
I'm 22.
No, we're actually the same age.
Huh.
I'm 30.
Truck's like, okay.
And Ivan over there?
He's in the process of melting, but he just sort of says 28.
Looks over at Jay.
Bard said
let me
BRB
guess.
and never came back.
Fuck.
This
Let me
was like
guess.
a really
40.
long time ago.
What's it called?
He's dead.
He's probably dealing with some important stuff. What's it called? But you know, if nobody does it, Leon will make the joke of like, what are you, like 40? To Bart. What's it called? Because you know somebody has to do it, and might as well be me.
And
What's it called?
as
Go ahead.
So as the hours pass and you all like kind of like talk and you know, pass the time, you all hear a beep beep as a hologram of the director kind of appears right in the middle of the plane.
Oh, that.
Hello. This is the director of Katya speaking. You are entering Grecian airspace now, and I thought that prudent to inform you that our team is still working around the clock to locate the whereabouts of the enemy masters, and we will have information on all of them hopefully by the time we're done, and by the time you're done with your business. I can, at the present time, tell you the 3 locations that we seem to have noted down. And then he, it looks like he's being talked to from someone off screen, but obviously it's just a hologram, so you can't see the person, but it says, right, we've locked down 4. What we figured out is the masters seem to be working on a case of having one-on-one fights between each other, and then will converge on a different location. As it is right now, the locations that we've managed to locate are Manhattan in the United States of America, Lapu-Lapu in the Philippines, and some area in remote Siberia. Furthermore, we have evidence to suggest that a ruler class servant will be entering the fray soon. For those unaware, the ruler class servant is a special class summoned by the Grail involuntarily whenever a Holy Grail War occurs, outside of the regular parameters of 7 masters and 7 servants. That ruler class servant is most likely going to manifest themselves at World's End in the United Kingdom.
Huh, I've been there before.
In any case, I hope that you will be able to accomplish your mission well, and use this information as you will. You may tackle these missions in any order that you wish, and you will be receiving payment every single time you complete them. That is all from me. But I believe Miss Charlotte Atlesia wished to say something. So, you see the hologram flicker and disappear for a bit, and the red-haired woman who gave you your command seals appears. Well, thank you, Director. I am just here to pop in and tell you all that in order to complete this mission, I have decided that for some reduced prices, compared to the market price, I will be selling you some old junk that I had lying around. I'll have more things in stock, but I will be leaving this catalog for you to look through. If you order them, they will be transported to whichever country you end up going to. I believe it is Athens. I have people there already, so just send me your order if you wish to order something, and I will get to them to you post haste. As I'm gonna show you this handout. With some special
Holy shit.
magic items at still big prices, but also much more reduced compared to how they normally would be priced at.
Ah, I see. You're using the ARPG shop you can
Yeah.
Piercing resistance, boots of a long strider. Ah, those would be pretty useful in Leon. Blood of cost sphere, protection, tangle, girls 9. Okay. I can't afford any of these. What's it called?
Whenever you have the time, or if you believe you need something, just send them over through the communication mystic code that is located within this plane. Other than that, that is all. Good luck with your little mission. As the hologram blips out. Out of character, the communication mystic code will be explained to you as you can use it by like accessing a panel in the side of the airplane wall. And also out of character, yeah. So if you ever want to buy any of the magic items that are on sale, then you can go ahead and just like DM me or something like that, and you will be able to pick them up without any real like complication.
Hey, all the mystic codes are really cool. You should like buy them or something. What's it called?
Who would have thought a cloak could cost my life saving?
Honestly, because of plans I have, all my money goes straight to seals. But you'll find that out.
Next time. What's
And
it
yeah,
called?
at this
Seals, are you
case,
fighting
on the
death?
next.
No.
What's it called? Assuming they... Will we know if they can like hear us or understand us?
You're
into this
not
communication
entirely
net?
sure. It seemed like they might not have been able to hear it. It's more of like a, like leaving a video message rather than like actively setting up communications.
Okay. Well, if it kind of feels more like a pre-recorded message, then we won't say anything. But he will kind of, look at the prices and then look back at the people around. He'll be like, "Oof, they're really strong-arming us with these prices, aren't they?"
Sure are.
What do you say?
Sure are.
Yeah. Suppose it's good to at least have this much of a possible advantage over people. But I won't be spending my money anytime soon at the moment.
Jay says my internet went out and I'm getting into argument.
Oh god.
Just say I was asleep cause 14 hours flight.
Okay.
So yeah, just Jay's character went just to sleep. Standing in the middle.
Standing up.
No, because I'm back. Because
Okay, welcome back.
friggin' in the middle of friggin' explanation of vampires and
Yeah.
shiz, my friggin' internet cut out, and I
Mm,
was so you can just say, oh yeah, I fell asleep in one of the seats because the flight and whatnot.
yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt the shiz.
That's
Be
okay.
right back.
No. But yeah, so the flight goes fairly well. There is no harm. There is no encounter, you motherfuckers.
No,
as-
could you're crashing into the plane?
Yeah, it just like appears. But yeah, so you make your way through the clouds as the plane begins to lower itself, and I'll bring you to. Well, not yet. I won't bring it to you yet until Moraine gets back.
You have something for us.
I have something for you. Yeah.
Friggin' Jay wakes up from the 14-hour flight, like
14-hour
literally
nap.
after the call.
Oh my God.
No, are we there yet? Ugh.
And you just kind of hear over the intercom, bing bong. This is Katya Airlines speaking. We are going to be docking around Athens in about T-minus 30 minutes. So get buckled up and get ready to land. We are very much on time. The sun is beginning to set, and it is a lovely 15 degrees Celsius.
Friggin' A. Got jet lag from Nepal, and I'm probably gonna get jet lag from Greece. Okay. Did anything happen while I was out?
Yeah, we just
Had
finished up introductions.
had conversations that went into some rather heavy subjects, but I think everything turned out for the better. Looks over at at Marvin and Saber.
Evan's just sitting there, eyes open.
Menacingly.
No, he
Did
can't be
he?
menacing. He's too fucking. He's too fucking in shock.
I'm done.
Well, shit.
Actually,
Glad we all had a great talk. Also, wait, where? Oh, that's right. Spirit energy and whatnot. So probably disappeared for a little bit. Okay. That makes
well,
sense.
considering we just had ourselves quite a big nap, they probably might be reappearing anytime soon.
What's it called? You kind of hear in your mind, Jay, don't worry, yeah, I'm still here. If you fell asleep real hard. That's a big, tense sort of situation. Apparently, Marvin over there knows me and knows Saber from a previous, Holy Grail War. It's a shame we don't have our memories.
And kind of halfway saying it in his head and halfway saying it out loud. Well, when you spent your time in the friggin' army with people who run your ear off, you tend to figure out how to sleep in tense situations. Tactical power naps, as it were. But at this point, I think it was tactical just slump.
Yeah, I hear you. And as you come into the, landing bay, you descend through the clouds. Welcome to Athens. It's just the real Athens.
A real ass image. I see you're taking up after me of the for the Fate Force shot. It's a real ass image for
Listen,
Mexico.
if you type in like Athens art, it's like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah, the sun-kissed Athens radiates with a golden glow, the fresh sea breeze from the coast blowing in across the city, filling the air with an unmatched vigor and charm. The amber star in the sky reflects off of the brilliant marble architecture left behind by a history of human perseverance, philosophy, and culture. Athens is the homeland to many of humanity's heroes and remains a beautiful, breathtaking city. Atop a hill lies the legendary Parthenon, a former temple to the god of war Athena. Its significance and religious association with the glory in battle makes it the perfect catalyst for summoning a powerful heroes from days past. Marvin, you know that is exactly where you want to draw your summoning circle. And
At night.
At night, yeah, of course at night. And you wait until night, and Troy is just Troy just says, it feels weird to be back, but, I have to admit Greece does have a certain charm to it. Haven't been here in years.
Then we had a long rest?
Yes, you will have
okay.
have had a long rest.
Out of character. When was Troy ever in Greece?
I mean, you can ask him.
We don't know. You never asked him.
Yeah.
No, I'm making a fucking joke here.
Marvin would say, back? You've been here before.
Oh, yeah. Back in my day, this old man had to, deal with a lot of stuff, around this area. I'm from Turkey, actually. So, visited Greece a few times. People from Greece visited us. There's a whole thing. But, yeah. It's nice. It's nice, seeing this place without any major conflict.
And you say old man, but you don't look that old.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't look old, but listen, I'm often told that I'm a old man trapped in a young man's body. No, I'm well over 40. I can tell you that much. I've stopped keeping track, but
Oh, so you're one of those.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's not like it's that important. Once you get to a certain age, everything just starting to blend together.
I have to
Jay's
find
gonna
out.
make an insight check.
What is your insight check for?
Is he a vampire?
Sure, go ahead.
Imagine!
I still have my fan theory that that he's one of the masters and he's just hiding under a fucking nose the whole time.
Yeah, no, same. I have the same thing.
He wears like a black neck scarf, like just like a little like neck scarf over his neck. So, with that Nat 1, Jay, nobody wears a neck scarf these days. I wonder if he's hiding something. Wonder if there's something going on around that area. I don't know. But I will say that also, his skin doesn't seem pale at the very least. It's very full.
Like Jericho, you do like in Jay's head. It's like, wait a second. Bram Stoker's Dracula, and some types of vampires. They can drink enough blood so they can walk in the daytime and not be as affected, but their powers are weak. Oh shoot! What if he's a vampire for real? Oh no!
Hey,
don't tell me
Smith?
Troy's a vampire.
You're looking at me a bit weird. Is everything okay?
No. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, we're here. So you can go
well-
do whatever you want to do. I'll stand here. I'll stay here, stand by, and I'll communicate with you if anything else goes wrong.
Wait, what time of day is it again?
It's so you've been waiting until night for this. So, you know, I don't have an image of Athens at night, but you can imagine.
Oh
It's just
no,
that.
it's
It's
just
like-
the time for vampires to strike. Ooh, that's going through his head. But no, yeah, well, taking the Grecian nightlife. Have a good one, Troy. We'll probably catch up with you a little bit later.
Yeah, sure. I'll be here if you need me.
There we go. There's the moon.
Wait, what do you mean, Vorty?
Did you just draw the moon?
There's the moon. It's nighttime.
There we go.
Wait, hold up. I need to see this. I'm
That's
scrolling out very
Listen, this-
slowly. There it is.
The sun's rays are just, you know, the sun reflects off the moon, so, you know, maybe it's just reflecting a lot off the moon right now. But yeah, so you all make your preparations to head to the Parthenon. Does anyone have anything that they want to do before heading off?
Check the DM.
Yes, actually.
Leon, not exactly anything specifically to do, but he does kind of do like a couple more, I guess, last minute checkups on his the gauntlet, quote unquote. The glove that has like the weird sort of like gem,
Yeah.
well, you know, like incrustations in it. He just kind of, you know, looks at it, make sure that everything's working together. You know, but beyond that, he doesn't really do much in the way of like prep.
Okay.
He kind of just improvises for most of the time. You know, but he will say to others, "Okay, we took this ditcher for a reason. We best get going with this, shall we?"
Before we head out, let's all get each other's contact info. If we get split up, we can still keep touch with one another.
You know, if I was one of them traditionalist magi, I wouldn't even carry a cell phone with me, but I do.
Just like pulls out his Samsung.
Reach into his into his jacket and pulls out his own cell phone, which is like an Android, but like a mid quality Android.
Yeah.
Yeah, my business phone that they gave me for travel, I don't think it covers Greece right now. Because I wasn't planning on going to Greece.
I have a Nokia brick.
Of course you do.
Samsung.
I mean, hey, mercenary, the battery lasts a long time without charging.
Yeah.
Pretty useful.
Well, yeah. So you
Jericho?
no. I mean, yeah. Roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah, but also the one before that.
I mean, I don't know. This is your fucking family.
Oh yeah. Jay
Probably in
would
Greece, but
try
not
to figure
Athens.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
Jay would figure out the telepathy now because he just think a cast in his head and was like, "Say, what's your suit size? Like, what's your shirt size and stuff? I might get you something."
Oh well, you know, Master, I would be very happy for you to do so, and he'll give you his measurements. Actually, I guess he wouldn't know his measurements, and it just will say like, Unfortunately, back in my time, it's not like we could really afford any bespoke suits or anything like that, right? So, yeah, no, I don't know. I think we'd probably have to get something fitted.
Yeah, wait. Can you conjure up a tape measure wherever you are?
Actually, let me think about that. No, I don't exactly have, item construction. Normally a caster would, but... sorry, not me.
Fair enough. Probably when we get somewhere else, improvise. I'll find something.
Alright. So, you managed to, make your way to the, Parthenon. Also, for you, Ivan, what's it called? The mystic code that you detected, by the way, is the communication mystic code, that you know now how to use. It's the panel on the wall.
Nice.
But yeah, please, place yourselves, at the bottom here. Or rather, not even at the bottom, place yourself around the middle.
In the middle. I assume we're arriving at nighttime, so
Yeah.
assuming there's not that many people around, Leon will, just so he can get a feel of what exactly are we gonna be doing here. He'll do a couple of things. The first one will be, alright, Ryder, physical state. We need, if anything happens, I want you to be around to, do your thing.
Of course, Master.
There you go. And second thing, I'm just gonna place myself over here. Second thing, Leon is going to activate. What the fuck is the fucking thing? Mystical Vision. To just constantly be recasting the text magic.
That's fair.
What's it called? Just in case he detects any unusual fluctuations in the mana flow of the area.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, for the folks who are there, you see Jay, who had taken a little bit to get there, who's kind of going back, walking up to the Parthenon with the rest of y'all. Instead of his military uniform, he's actually wearing some dark jeans, white t-shirt, leather jacket, and what looks like a flat cap, as you can see on his token.
From this distance, I probably wouldn't recognize you.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, hey, there's somebody over there.
Archer will actually say, No, this is Jay, one of your ally masters. He is merely in a different outfit.
Yeah, right. Ignore me.
Speaking of which, Master, I will be taking a vantage point up top. I will make sure to stay hidden, but I will be looking out for any hostiles.
So, also fair warning, everybody. Seeing that the classes I wanted to summon him in are already summoned, I'm gonna need to summon a Merchant Berserker. I don't know whether or not he will rampage on us, so please get ready for a possible fight. And don't stand too close. Looking at Ryder.
Also, what did you say, Katya?
Oh, you are so far away, I probably wouldn't recognize you. So I just like called out to everyone that like, hey, there's some individual approaching.
You'd see Jay kind of holding his hands up, like, "Hey, hold up, it's just me." As after friggin' Archer was like, "Hey, that's one of your allied masters. Look, I'm not just gonna walk around in army greens and make it like a friggin' international incident just seeing a soldier walk into Greece, alright?"
I mean,
They
hey,
went over this
listen,
briefly.
I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see too well right now.
And in contradiction to my token, my character's actually fully dressed. He even have a cloak and gloves on,
Okay.
Really changed
so you
his
wouldn't see any skin.
outfit. It's just that he's changed the outfit to the exact same thing.
Wasilewska.
Okay.
Leon, upon realizing that it's just Jay walking up to us, he'll look back at Marvin and say, "Well, do your thing. You were given those command seals for a reason. I'm expecting to see a very cool-looking servant."
Oh, sure you will.
And as you trace your the summoning circle, I will have you read out your summoning chant.
Just to say it, I'm not the best at reading.
It's okay. You can take it slow if you want.
My character would say it all in Greece.
Okay, yeah.
Greek? What is
Greek,
it?
yeah.
Greek. But seeing that I don't speak it, fill, 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 fill. Repeat 5 times, but when each is filled, destroy it. For the elements silver and fire, the foundation stone and the Archduke of Contract. Raise a wall for descending winds. Close the 4 cardinal gates. Come forth from the crown and follow the forked road leading to the kingdom.
As you
Heat
say
my-
that, as you finish that stanza, you all feel an extremely powerful energy emanate as you see a mystical light that emanates.
Heed my words. My will creates your body, your sword, my destiny. If you heed the Grail's call, follow humanity's path, then answer me. I hereby swear that I shall be all good in the world, and that I shall destroy all evil in the world. But let thine eyes be clouded with chaos and turmoil, thou who art trapped in a cage of madness, and I, the summoner who holds thy chains.
Side chains.
Thou 7th heaven clad in the 3 greatest swords of Targus. Come forth now, guardian of the skill.
Now, Marine, because you are summoning in Homeland Advantage, I want you, in order to concentrate, to remember the words of the summoning. Make me a con check or a whiz check.
Check or save?
Check. To understand that if you fail these, there are no consequences. By the way.
Still, I hate the dice. They have been so shitty.
To understand the words, to heed them as your servant does, give me an int check or a whiz check.
Ah!
Ah!
My God!
9.
All my luck went empty on Malum.
To form your contract,
like-
to convince your servant to heed your call, an int check or a charisma check. There we
17.
go.
Finally.
And to prove yourself, to show you are worthy of the title of master, give me a check with any ability score.
12.
Okay. So, let me see. What?
The dice are not in my favor today.
Roll me.
19 for those. Go ahead.
Roll me 2d10.
4 and 9.
4 and 9. I'm going to... okay. So in that case... Give me a moment as the power starts to coalesce. You all see visions of... Well... You all see, you all see visions of heroes, gods, the constellations above you, as if the heavens are smiling upon the hero that is being summoned. And you, Marine, you see a servant manifesting in the middle, but you feel an extreme amount of pain as you are brought to your knees. As I need you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
My dice!
The dice are not in your favor
You
today.
know what? You go ahead.
You see, as swirling around, the smoke clears as you see Marvin stuck, grappled in by one huge hand, hoisted in the air as the smoke clears and you see this hulking monstrosity.
Oh shit, it's her. In character. Ivan pulls out the slide.
What's it called? Leon kind of raises his eyebrow. He doesn't know how the berserker summoning ritual goes. For all he knows, this is by the books. You know, getting chokeslammed by the servant. What's it called? So he just kind of turns around to, you know, to I guess to Ryder and
Yeah.
to Ivan, and he's like, "That's supposed to happen."
Ryder kind of exclaims, "Everyone, to battle positions!" As,
Jesus,
What?
Murphy!
Are we fighting?
Oh, there. Fucking.
roll initiative.
You see as Leon's fucking like biker glove kind of extends to cover like the rest of his arm as he activates his little mystic code to get ready for battle.
I am being trapped.
You are being grappled. Damn, Ryder.
Do I have
fucking-
a feeling that my command spells would work on it?
You think that you will. However, it will take a lot of energy out of you. What I'm saying is, you can use your command seals. However, normally, you can use your command seals at any time, as if they were like a legendary action. However, for you, Marine, because your control over the servant is a bit difficult, you have to use your bonus action once per turn to expend a command seal.
Oh,
So basically, survive 3 turns against the Berserker.
What's it
Two.
called?
dude.
Speaking
2 turns, yeah.
of survival. Speaking of survival, what is the difference between my level and his CR?
Yeah. His CR. Let me check his CR. So normally his CR would be that,
But native bonus.
but because Marine succeeded on one of his checks, the difference is 5.
So I get 5 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Well, not a lot, but it should help in survival.
Alright.
How the fuck is he less dangerous than Saber? What's it called?
And, here's the thing,
Because
Marine.
they are still not full servants.
Yeah. You managed to roll this.
Damn.
Oh.
That is handy.
Yeah.
It is
For him.
handy, but also, oh no.
That doesn't matter still.
Worst
Katya and Leon are
case.
still, Katya and Leon are still ahead of him.
Worst case, he kills me, and you guys need to fight him.
Alright. So, let's begin initiative. We'll probably only have time for a few rounds of initiative before, session ends, but we'll at least manage to do this. Leon, your turn.
Well, what can I say? Except
we're
quick
fucked
step.
soon.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna use my mystical athlete as a bonus action to increase my jumping and running distance, because I don't want to be close to this fucking thing. What's it called?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Marvin would say to everyone, try to hurt him as least as possible. As long
a
as I
servant.
don't go down, everything should be fine.
He's a servant. If we try to hurt him, it'll be as least as possible. What's it called? No.
Well, if the servants do it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna see how good his dex saves are.
Okay.
You see, as Leon kind of holds the gauntlet like with his left hand, and like a bunch of lights begin to light up, and then as if they were kind of like flares being shot out of a fucking plane to avoid a missile, just shoots out like a bunch of different lights. I need him to make me a dex save against Fairy Fire.
Okay.
13. But I know he's gonna pass.
Whoa!
So I just want-
Whoa!
Oh shit!
Okay. So, holy shit. Unfortunately, Berserker is going to... When he fails a saving throw, he may succeed instead.
Yeah.
Oh, he has legendary.
How many of those does he have?
You, like, you shoot out your, your spell, and you see it kind of like... You see the outline, completely engulf Berserker, as you see him, like, just kind of, like, curl in on himself. One of his eyes flares red. As you see, he, through force of will alone, shatters it.
Oh, that's not good. What's it called? That's one of my fucking spell uses done for the day. Here we go. So I'm down to 3 for that one. Knowing that this guy is the real deal, but very happy about himself that he looked for a moment that the spell was working against the servant. Leon gets a confidence boost. Not on a confidence boost to fucking frontline with Marvin though. So he is gonna run. Go away. As he passes Ryder, he's gonna like pat him on the shoulder and be like, "All right, you're up next." As he moves.
Very
35
well.
feet.
I recognize the divinity in this one. Perhaps he will be a worthy opponent.
Move the full. Actually, yeah, move the full 50 feet back.
Yep.
And that is it for Leon.
Okay. Katya, you're up.
Hey, what do we have? Rifle, that's not gonna work. Right. I know. I throw out a flashbang. Here.
Okay.
I want to say you just go
my-
flashback
You're
Marvin.
just blind him.
As makes a
You're gonna
dexterity
blind
saving
Marvin, not
throw.
the fucking berserker.
Damn.
No, I know he can throw it good enough, but damn.
Berserker, like, face tanks it, basically. it's not that it didn't affect him, but his head just shakes violently as he manages to just like manages to clear his mind.
Well, I'm out of ideas. I hide behind Saber.
You just see, by the way, anyone who looks at Marvin sees him proud rather than scared.
I end my turn.
Okay. So, on Berserker's turn, let's see, what's the range of this?
By the way,
Is he
with
gonna
all the
fucking
dex
yeet
dice,
Marvin into Ivan?
with all the dex dice, do you mind me going after Caster?
What do you mean?
All the 16.1.
16.1. Oh, you.
We all have 14 decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I'll-
going after Caster.
I'll say you'll go after Caster. Yeah.
No.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's
What?
definitely enough to encompass. So. Don't worry.
I am worried.
Excuse me? Is he gonna ground pound us all?
Kind of slams you into the ground, Marvin, rather. He stomps hard, and a chunk of, the ground flies up as he grabs it, ready to use it as a weapon. However, he lets out a blood-curdling roar.
Actually, I don't want to be that guy, but because I summoned him with an artifact, he technically has that artifact.
You still have it on your person.
Alright.
Yeah. Frightful Presence. Everyone make a Wisdom saving throw DC 25.
Jesus.
What the
God, I cannot
I-
make
Question:
that.
Can
Yeah, I
anyone
can't.
succeed that?
I can't make that.
No, I win.
25. No, I miss it. That I'm sorry. There is no fucking way.
Okay. Well, so
Yeah, no, I can't make it. But the servants can.
the servants
probably.
can. They believe. Yeah, there's a chance. So Saber, that's to DM. Saber rolled a 10. Archer,
He is fun, isn't he?
that's another one. Let me check.
Oh, yeah. Because they're still like shitty and have an ascendant, yeah, they don't have proficiency in saves.
Archer is going to use Divinity C in order to succeed.
Hmm.
So I'll put the frightened thing. Where is the frightened thing? I can never tell what these icons actually mean. Caster is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Down.
Yeah,
Eat.
my man.
Yeah. And Ryder will make a wisdom saving throw. Succeeds.
No, the only
Okay.
one I wish to fail. I am really curious how Ryder
God.
would look scared as hell.
Oh, also, I forgot, Ryder has Charisma B. Everybody who's
That's
allied to him
true.
who can see or hear him gets to add a D4.
Every time they make a
to
saving throw, yeah.
Oh, wait.
What's it called?
In that case,
And-
I technically can make it.
I could.
Same here.
I could.
Nope.
What's it called? He
hold
also has... well, actually, no, when he takes his first turn. So when
Yes.
his turn comes up, if it comes up, he'll get 48 temporary hit points.
Yeah. So, everyone is frightened. God damn.
Except for the
Except for the
Almost everyone is frightened.
Except for the servants, except Saber, because Saber is also frightened.
Except Saber's just reliving some Stay Night trauma.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, actually...
If she flees behind me, I swear to God.
Yeah, no, actually, Katya, you see Saber, she's taken up her sword when she rolled initiative, but you see her hands are shaking, and says, Impossible. Berserker?
Shit.
And that was his bonus action. As an action,
Oh no.
Berserker is going to make reckless multi-attack. So all melee attacks against him have advantage now. He takes this gigantic
neutral for every Fate character. But
yeah. Takes this gigantic piece of rubble that he's fashioned into an attack and will strike down at you, Marvin. Does 24 hit?
I shield.
Okay, so you manage to and he'll do it again. 28.
And that hits.
All right. How many hit dice do you have?
3.
3?
3.
Okay, that's cool. Can you roll that for me 3 times?
What the fuck?
Well,
Why are these high?
You probably want to roll low on these ones.
So,
High.
it doesn't include your constitution. It doesn't include your constitution. However,
Is that damage?
Strike of Madness. When Berserker hits with an attack, he can expend up to 3 of his hit dice or his master's hit dice in order to attack that roll the damage of the attack. Berserker is a particularly demanding servant, and the master can't refuse to pay these resources.
Oh no!
Yeah, funny story. Marvin is down. He needs to
Ivan's just gonna
activate
say, "Oh no."
his
Go ahead.
spell.
Okay. So, Berserker turns his attention to everyone around him as... What's his speed? 75 feet?
What the?
Yeah, servants have fucking insane speed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Riders is on the triple digits, I'll tell you that much.
He's gonna go make his way over... Actually, you know... You see him disappear, and you find it hard to track his movements. But Ivan, you hear a crumbling behind you.
Oh.
Does he take me with him?
Yeah. Okay. So, Caster. Well, that sucks. Right. Look.
Marvin did call out to everyone that he needs to activate his spells.
Yeah. Okay, well, the person who could calm Berserker down is down. So, don't worry, I got this. Kind of twirls his staff, places it down. Come, spirits of the Isle.
Come!
As, you'll cast Healing Spirit.
This is good.
Yeah.
Because it happens at the start of Marine's turn, so he can still take his turn after getting healed by this.
Yeah. So I'll place the Healing Spirit over here. And until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit's for his first time on a turn. So I'm going to say that this...
Turn.
Wait, what do you say?
It also counts this now.
Yes. Which means that I'm going to roll 1d6 for you. 1. You have 1 hit point!
Any hit point is a good hit point.
So, you remember, managing to block a strike, and then darkness. And you just wake up with a as you see you're in a completely different spot than you were before, and you think you might have been dying at some point.
Yeah, you guys with Steve Marvin for the first time looked scared.
And,
He paid 2 servants, and now he gets scared.
And, Caster is going to... Okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? Come on, think! And, going to... He's going to, head over to you, Jay. And say, alright, Master, come on. You can do this. You can make through it. I know it's scary. I know it's scary. You can do this. And he's going to use his action to cast resistance on you.
Wait, those are both concentration.
Oh, you're right. They are both concentration. Never mind. So he doesn't do that. Instead, he's going to cast. Well, he doesn't have anything. So instead, he's going to just. Yeah, he's going to like go in front of Jay, and like trace a rune in the air, push it towards Berserker, and attempt to harm him. Missing. As it bounces off, it doesn't even bounce off. It just like is just like absorbed and dissipates against Berserker's thick skin. Marvin, your turn.
Yeah, first bonus action. By my command seal, I command you to remember the human sheriff Matt.
Your seal flashes with a red scarlet power that emanates throughout the area, but also within Berserker's mind. Kind of faltering for a bit. As you start your turn, which means you regain another 1d6 hit points. 2.
Yeah! The dice really hate me today!
They do! Holy shit! But yeah, that's your bonus action. What's your action?
Yeah, that's a good question. What is my action gonna be? You know what? I can't do anything really useful, so I'm just going to try and zap him.
That doesn't hit.
Alright.
you like pump your magic circuits through your arm and you try to and you you know what? I'll give you advantage.
Neutral because he's scared.
Oh yeah, because of frightened, yeah. It just goes and it doesn't seem to be Berserker does not seem to have noticed, which you know, it's really cool that your servant is super resilient, but also
yeah. And that's it.
Alright. Jay, you're up. Cast
Oh wait, I can remake my save.
Oh, you can make your save at the end of your turn, yeah.
Wait, no, damn, it's a 1d4!
Yeah, it's a 1d4 and it wouldn't help. So, Jay, when your turn starts, Caster says, listen, Jay, I'm not used to, well, I'm not built for frontline combat, but I'm used to it. Get back! I'll be able to sort this out.
This is Bart here.
Bard,
He's frozen in fear.
Fuck, he's dead again.
He can't even talk. He can't even muster a sentence in the presence of Heracles.
Yeah, fuck. Whenever he gets back,
I mean,
or if he
yeah.
ever gets back, we'll just give him his turn immediately. That's how I always run it. Ivan!
Saw how very quickly it took down the one guy who we've seen tank servant attacks, and immediately knows, yeah, no, he is not gonna he's not gonna be able to handle that. You just like, okay, can I just like do a little bit of like weird or roleplay shit?
Okay, what do you want to do?
Herc tries to hit him, and Ivan does a very funny thing and just turns into just like you see, you think he's fucking dead. He just gets obliterated, turns into like a bloody mist, and then just wheep. Later, he just like that like blood just reforms.
Okay. So as
Going.
Heracles tries to take a swipe at you, your body you manage to manipulate your body in a way that that grants you a limited misty sort of effect, similar to what some dead apostles are able to do. Your body transmuted for a moment. You manage to teleport over there. So just place yourself there.
See.
Okay. You kind of hear from telepathically Ivan, Master, please, get away. He is too strong for you to handle. I will at least try to disable him with my noble phantasm if you'll permit it.
You just through the mental link, Ivan just said try and hold off it. Try and hold off. He might be able to placate it, but if he happens to if he isn't able to, take the shot.
If that is what you wish, Master.
But he is just going to basically say, until then, try and whittle it down or make it drop. The other master.
Very well. And yeah. So, in that case, it's her turn now, and Archer is up in the air, so she's basically untouchable by Berserker at this point, as she knocks back her Yumi bow and fires twice. So let's do this. 17 and 23. What is the AC of Berserker? 23.
Well, if an 18 doesn't hit.
Okay. Oh, wait, actually. Because of one of her skills, she can add 1d10 to all of her attack rolls. Okay.
Oh,
That's
shit.
totally not broken. But
I
hey,
mean,
all servants
All
are.
servants, yeah. As, you see, the arrows pierce into Berserker's hide. However, you also notice that there's something strange. Marvin, you especially notice that it doesn't actually draw blood per se. In fact, it seems to have penetrated his skin, but not very far in. He seems to be resistant to this damage, despite it being dealt by a servant.
It didn't do anything much to him.
Well, GG.
And, so, that is going to be her turn. It's now Ryder's turn. Now you will face the unabated power of the sun! And, his radiance, his utter confidence, emanates
Lights up the night.
throughout everyone, and everyone gains 21 temporary hit points because of Charisma
Realize,
B.
I forbore to roll the saving throw to get rid of Frighten.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I would do it anyway since I don't have the buff from Ryder, but
You
You
do,
would.
right?
Yeah, you always have it, as long as you can see him.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, hear him.
let's see.
Yeah, and D4.
Wait, 1d4, 1d4,
Yes.
or do I make it?
We'll see.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah!
make
You
it.
managed to break out of the Frighten. Yeah, everyone make sure to note down that you have 21 temporary hit points. And you... No! Come! Mesectet! As he points forward with his rod, and you some of you who are looking up, see something partially manifest right above Heracles, as he's going to use Ray of the Pharaoh. As a beam of light beams down on Berserker. Let's see if he makes this. Probably.
Yeah.
He still takes half.
Still take chef.
Manages to just
Still take
burst
chef.
out of it. Such an insolent opponent dares defy the blessing of the sun.
Well, don't you have a stronger blessing?
Let's see if he has a... I don't think he has a bonus action, does he? He does not.
Not yet. Because he still hasn't ascended.
Yeah, not yet. But yeah, so... That's, the end of his turn. Saber looks over at you, Katya. Well, it doesn't even look over at you, Katya. Katya, you see that she is genuinely, like... not okay. She...
Who did we... Oh, Jay.
Yeah. Katya, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You see a Saber is trying to regulate her breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, but her hands are shaking. Saber is not able to move towards him because of frightened. She is going to take the dodge action. However, thanks to Instinct B, whenever she takes the dodge action, she can make one attack against the attacker for every attack that misses. But she seems to be choosing to stand her ground instead of lunge into the fray. And she's going to make that wisdom save again. Failing. Oh damn.
Starting to believe that Kaldia summoning doesn't give us our the full power of our servants. I want a refund.
Master, you have to run.
What? Yeah.
And the end of her initiative. Because Bard has shit his internet, real bad, I will leave you on this cliffhanger.
Oh.
Archer
Okay.
will say to you, Ivan, through telepathy, Master, your bounded field seems to not have worked. I sense the presence of Magi approaching this destination. They're all around.
He is immediately just going to go, oh no. Ivan is just going to yell it before, just to the crew. We've got company.
They couldn't have possibly be drawn in by the loud noises, the big ass hulk of a man, or the glowing beam of light that came out of above us.
Just need a few more seconds!
And as initiative begins, rather, as initiative is about to begin anew, that is where we will end the session.
I wanted to finish this!
Yeah, but you know, internet problems are fair enough. But
It is
yeah,
unfortunate. But also,
What
Jesus fucking Christ, that cliffhanger was built different.
I mean, hey, fucking You wanted to summon this fucking his home field advantage, right?
Hey, I knew what would happen, alright?
So
To
yeah.
get fucking annihilated in one turn, did you?
Actually, I didn't expect Jericho to go that full out with him, but respect. Honestly, respect.
Listen,
So,
fucking Heracles is stupid, and you wanted a fucking stupid servant, so I gave you a stupid servant. But yeah.
Like, why you did this to us? Genuinely speaking here, why did you do this?
listen,
And
if
also,
But yeah, so.
yeah,
and also, it is weirdly, it is so strange that I am sitting here on like 8 different landmines of like possible lore, and nobody is capitalizing on it.
Yeah, so.
Me. Go ahead.
That was this session. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope the people at home enjoyed it. We will hopefully next week reconvene for the 3rd session. Will Berserker be able to be put under control? What do the other magi have to do with this? Will people be okay, or will we have a player death immediately? Find out.
Well, this is gonna be shit.
Find out
Go
on the
ahead.
next episode of Fate Eternal Wait. On Vorti's channel and on mine. Links to each channel in the description. And also, of course, very much thank you to Nat19 and Logan Laidlaw for providing the framework for the suffering of my players.
And before we go, an apology for the technical issues present in this session. At least on my behalf, because, someone get me out of Latin America! What's it called? But yeah, that'll be it for us. Everybody say goodbye.
later.
Before that, I have one thing to say.
Oh, okay.
Just like the name of this fucking campaign, each week I have to wait feels like an eternal wait.
It does.
I mean, hey, that's the price of quality. But yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.